we go. Hello there, everyone. Welcome. As I say, just having a few little technical issues here. I know a lot of people are tuning into the other live stream that I've got on there. So I just want to give it a chance just for people to hopefully come over and get on this stream. So. Hello all, welcome. Let me greet the chat. Hello Tommy Stiggs. Thank you, Tommy. Yeah, heading out. There we go. He's heading out this evening. No, fair play. How you doing, Janie? Good to see you. Thank you for coming. How you doing, Co-Train? Is it okay? It's playing, but the thing is spinning. For those of you that are watching, please let me know. Can you hear me and can you see me? Is everything clear before I proceed? Hopefully Co-Train's still there. There we go. Okay, let me just do a quick check. You know, we're all amateur here. Okay, I just want to. Okay, sounds and looks good. Thank you, Janie. Before I proceed further, so yeah, what I wanted to do is do a live. I haven't done a live for a while. Not a live that doesn't involve Shelby, but I thought, well, as we were around Halloween, I thought I'd talk about pirates, the history of them, and their culture. I can see and hear you clear as day, but the thing in the middle is spinning like it's buffering. Okay. That's a shame. Okay, please do that. Janie, you're all good. You can hear me, yeah? Okay. So really what we're going to talk about is pirates. Pirates. Well, what do we know about Pirates of the Caribbean? Bandits with eye patches, with parrots that sail around the sea and they rob boats, okay? So, kicking off really, what I want to talk about is I'm going to talk about the history of piracy, and I'll delve into the tumultuous tides of time, tracing pirates' roots from its earliest days into the notorious Golden Age, and understand the forces that shaped the sea-bound outlaws and the world that they roamed. Hello there, Tinu. Good to see you. Excellent. Thank you, my man. Thank you for coming. I'll also talk about famous pirates, legends, the cunning, the fearsome, and the audacious. From the fiery beard of Blackbeard to the unmatched valour of Anne Bonny. Discover the real faces behind those fabled faces, and don't forget you're dedicated. We'll also talk about female pirates as well. Yeah, all those Somali ones, they're the new age pirates. So obviously what I want to do is talk about Beyond the Facts, Lies and Tales, the story of cursed treasures, ghost ships and whispered sea shanties. Untangle myth from reality and explore the vibrant tapestry of folklore of pirates. Also, this play, what I will do is I'll talk about other pirate fun stuff. Okay. So, what we're going to talk about. Pirates love the old driftwood. Yes, they did. They certainly did. What is piracy? Piracy involves robbery, criminal violence, or other acts of mischief carried out at sea. Okay, so it's been around for almost as long as people have sailed the oceans. We've documented incidents going back and forth for more than 2 millennia. It's part of our shared history that continues to captivate us, from stories of legendary figures like the pirates, um, Edward Teach, we know as Blackbeard, William Kidd, to the vivid portrayals of pirates in literature and film. Tommy Stiggs is saying hello to everyone. Please greet Tommy. But the reality of piracy is far more complex and often far less romantic. It has shaped empires, influenced global trade routes, and even challenged social norms of its time. As we delve into this world, we'll encounter infamous characters. We'll explore the societies they created and discover the impact pirates had on the world. So, I mean, whether you're an inspiring maritime historian or a fan of pirate lore, or simply curious about these rebels at sea, I will be talking to you. So, hoist the anchor and set sail for us into the riveting saga of piracy. Hello, Cinnamon Girl. Good to see you. Okay, so first off, what I'll talk about is the early days of piracy. Well, piracy is an old is old as seafaring itself. It harks back to the days when mankind first dared to venture beyond the horizon, guided by the stars and relentless spirit of exploration. As trade routes developed and precious goods began to flow across the sea, the stage was set for the first pirates to make their mark. Now, the earliest record acts of piracy are found in the annals of ancient history. The Mediterranean Sea, often as seen as the cradle of civilization, also served as cradle for piracy. The ancient Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans all had their encounters with the sea raiders. Early pirates were opportunists preying on merchant ships carrying treasures from far off lands. And in the east of the maritime of Asia, tells a similar tale. See, pirates in the China seas were a thorn in the side of the ancient dynasties, disrupting trade routes and causing havoc. They hailed from various backgrounds. Some were poor fishermen seeking a better life. Others were rebels resisting the state's authority. The story wasn't much different in the rest of the world. Wherever there was a sea trade, pirates were not far behind. Now, these early days of piracy laid the groundwork for what was to come, and they set the stage for the golden age of piracy, a time when pirates became an undeniable force in shaping of the course of history. But that's a tale for another time. Anyway, for now, let's us turn the ship's wheel steer towards the understanding, the locations, and the audacious individuals often called home. And I will speak about pirate strongholds, notable piracy centres. So let's continue our thrilling journey through the annals of piracy. Here we go. I just want to stop here. Hello, Nick M. Good to see you, my man. Brilliant, Nick. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Yeah. There we go. Co-train there. Good, man. Okay. So what I want to do is I'll talk about the strongholds, notable piracy centres. So no ton of piracy can be spun without dropping anchor at the infamous ports and hideouts that offered sanctuary to these maritime outlaws. From the azure waters of the Caribbean to the treacherous coasts of North Africa, each piracy hotspot harboured its unique brand of lawlessness and adventure. Now, the Caribbean, when it scanned against the archipelago and bustling trade routes, was the poster child of the golden age of piracy. Now, it was there where the legends like Blackbeard and Calico Jack carved their names into piratical lore, with Nassau and the Bahamas serving as an unofficial pirate capital. Hello, Deborah Roberts. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Yes. So these tropical paradises were a hotbed for piracy due to the combination of factors: the abundance of wealthy merchant ships, the complex network of islands perfect for hideouts, and the political instability caused by warring colonial powers. Now venture across the Atlantic and you'll find the Barbary coast of North Africa. The coastlines of this region were also known as the Barbary pirates, were notorious for their slave raids on European coastal towns. Their strongholds in the Algiers, Tunis, and Tripoli became the centres of power, even influencing geopolitics through their actions. Now, let's cast our gaze towards the east, where the China Seas bore witness to different breed of pirates. The coastal province of Guangdong and the Fujian were particularly infamous. With pirates fleets operating with such power, they often rivaled the Imperial Navy. One of the most formidable pirate confederacies in the history was established by Zheng Yi and his wife, Zheng Yi Sao, commanding over 1,000 ships and 10,000s of pirates. However, these strongholds didn't just serve as a basis for plunder and pillage. They were also communities with their own social norms, structures. Pirates, despite their lawless reputation, often lived under surprisingly democratic systems, with codes of conduct, elected leaders, and even form of social security. The pirate haven of Tortuga off the coast of Haiti was such an example of the self-governing pirate society. Now, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to delve deeper into the social structures and uncover the surprisingly progressive world of pirates' life. The social structure of piracy. So let's keep our spyglasses on and hand as we navigate through these thrilling waters of pirate history. Now, we'll talk about the social structure of piracy. Now, stereotypes often paint pirates as unruly rogues living in the world devoid of order, but the reality couldn't be further from this image. Pirate society was in fact surprisingly structured, and it's within the structure that we find some of the most fascinating aspects of pirate life. Now, at the heart of many pirate crews was a democratic system that would make a modern day politician blush. Captains were often elected by their crew and would be deposed if they were seen as unfit or unfair. This was a stark contrast to the rigid hierarchies found in naval and merchant vessels of the time, which captains ruled with an iron fist. The Pirates' Code of Articles was another cornerstone of pirate society. Contrary to the popular belief that these were not guidelines but binding contracts agreed upon by every crew member. Now, they outlined everything from division of loot and compensation for injuries to rules of combat and punishments for breaking the code. And woe betide the pirate who dared cross the line, penalties ranged from marooning to death. Now, one of the most notable aspects of pirate society was its relatively social equality. Many pirate crews were remarkably diverse, with men and sometimes women of different races and nationalities fighting side by side. Some historians even suggest that pirate ships were among the first truly multicultural societies. Now, even in the East, pirates built intricate networks of power, with pirate chieftains acting as de facto rulers of coastal communities. They levied taxes, provided protection, and even enacted their own laws. The formidable pirate queen, Xing Yang So, who commanded a fleet larger than many nations' navies, was a classic example of such pirate governance. Now, pirate society, it was not a utopia, it was actually far from it. It was brutal, it was dangerous, and short-lived for many, but within its rough exterior there were glimmers of progressiveness that challenged the social norms of the era. Now, we've all heard the term walking the plank. The downfall of piracy. We'll explore how these free societies eventually met their ends. The seas might be getting rougher, but the journey is far from over. Stick with us and we'll sail towards closing chapters of our pirate saga. Ow. Oi, oi. Not when I'm on a live. Stop it. Okay, so walking the plank. Every golden age must come to an end, yeah? Now, the golden age of piracy was no different different. The tides that once carried pirates towards many riches and infamy began to turn against them, culminating in the decline and eventual downfall of piracy. Now, the downfall of piracy was not a sudden event, but a gradual process spurred by the combination of factors. One of the primary reasons was the increasing naval presence of colonial powers. Nations like Britain and Spain had grown tired of the havoc wreaked by pirates on their trading routes and began to invest heavily in their navies. The seas were once a pirate's playground, starting to become a perilous hunting ground. She is. She likes getting in the way, Deborah. Now, in the Caribbean, the signing of the Treaty of Utrecht in 1713 marked a significant turning point. The treaty brought to an end by the War of the Spanish Succession, leading to a period of relative peace and stability in the region, with no wars to distract them. The colonial powers would focus their attention on the pirate problem. And in the East, the story was much the same. The Qing dynasty in China, after years of struggling against pirate confederacies, began to gain the upper hand. Their navy, combined with internal rifts within the pirate ranks, slowly but surely chipped away at the power of the pirate fleets. Another significant factor in the decline of the piracy was the end of legal privateering. Privateering was a practice where the governments issued licenses to private individuals, authorizing them to attack and loot enemy ships. Many privateers turned to the piracy after the end of the wars. However, the signing of the Declaration of Paris in 1856 put an end to this practice, closing yet another door on piracy. Oui. But perhaps the biggest blow to the pirates was the social tale change. The romantic views of pirates as a rebellious heroes began to fade, replaced by the stark reality of their brutality and lawlessness. Pirates were no longer seen as roguish adventurers, but as criminals who needed to be brought to justice. So despite its downfall, the legacy of the piracy lives on. Pirates left an indelible mark on our culture and our imagination, inspiring countless. Oh, here we go. Oh, easy. Now, yes. Ouch. Stop it. Yes. Now, they serve as a reminder of a time when the world was a wilder place and lure of adventure could even turn to the humblest sailor into a scourge of the seas. Now, unfurling the Jolly Roger, get off my ear. The legacy of piracy I will explore, and I'll take you through the sea rows and continue to captivate our imagination. Okay? So, here we go. Now, more pirates. Now, our journey through the thrilling world of pirates doesn't have to end here. Our ships are stocked with countless more tales, daring deeds, legendary routes, and unforgettable rogues. Whether you're eager to learn more about the notorious pirate captains or wish to discover the secrets of pirate ships, we'll dive deeper into the fascinating world of maritime history. Now, I'm going to now take the time just to speak about famous pirates. Okay. Famous pirates. Now, a world where the compass points to danger and adventure, where the Jolly Roger flutters in the salty sea breeze, and where the echoes of ho, ho, ho still resonate in the wind. Now you've embarked on a journey, and we'll uncover the tales of the most famous pirates in history and those notorious figures who once ruled the high seas and whose legends continue to captivate us. They did, Cinnamon Girl. They did have parrots. Generally more so, yeah, they probably would have had African greys, but that more famously is the macaws. Now, from the sun-drenched Caribbean to the icy waters of the North Atlantic, these historical pirates carved their names into the annals of time with their audacious exploits. They were outlaws outlaws of their era and rock stars of the ocean, living untamed and unbound by society rules. They were infamous pirates, legendary buccaneers, the iconic sea rovers whose stories have been passed through the ages. Okay, and on that note, so hoist the mainsail, secure the rigging, and prepare to set sail. Well, I'm about to embark on a voyage through time, exploring the lives of the most notorious pirates in history, from the infamous Blackbeard to the legendary female pirates Anne Bonny and Mary Read, from the notorious Captain Kidd to the gentleman pirate Francis Drake. These are the tales of the greatest pirates who ever lived. So, whether you're a seasoned sailor or a landlubber, grab your Tricon hat and your sense of adventure, and we are going to dive into the thrilling world of famous pirates, where X marks the spot. Now, where treasure awaits and where every horizon promises a new adventure, welcome aboard, matey. There we go. So now I'm just going to take this little time, just have a little break. Here we go. So first off, we're going to speak about Anne Bonny. So Anne Bonny. I'm going to share my screen. There we go. Just so you get and understand. So I'm going to read this off here. Anne Bonny was one of the most famous pirates in history. She was born in Ireland and raised in the Carolinas. Bonny defied social norms of her time, known for her fiery spirit and fearless nature. Bonny's tale is a captivating character in the annals of pirate lore. Her daring exploits alongside Caleco Jack Rackham and her fellow pirate Mary Read make her one of the most fascinating figures of the golden age of piracy. As a historical pirate, her story continues to captivate audiences, making her one of the most infamous pirates to have ever sailed. Now, to the right, we've got this gentleman, Bartholomew Roberts. Now, the notorious pirate who captured over 400 ships during his career, and he was known as Black Bart. Roberts was originally a third mate on a slave ship before turning to a life of piracy. His audacious exploits, which spanned from the coasts of West Africa to the Caribbean, made him one of the most successful pirates of the Caribbean. His reputation as a legendary pirate was well earned, with his name becoming synonymous in the golden age of piracy. As one of the most famous pirates in history, Robert's story continues to inspire tales of high sea adventures. Here we go. Now we have Qin Shi. Now Qin Shi was one of the most powerful and successful pirates in history, rising from humble beginnings as a Cantonese prostitute. Qin Shi ascended to the helm of the Red Fleet as a formidable pirate confederation in the South China Sea. A strict code of laws and tactical genius kept hundreds of ships and thousands of pirates under her command, making her one of the most famous pirates in history. And despite numerous attempts to end her reign, she remained undefeated, securing her status as a legendary figure among historical pirates. Edward Teach, Blackbeard, most famous one. Now, his fearsome reputation and iconic image making him one of the history's most legendary pirates. Now, with a thick black beard and a penchant for tying slow match fuses into his hair, Blackbeard's appearance was enough to strike fear into the hearts of his enemies. Operating around the West Indies and along the eastern coast of the American colonies, Blackbeard was one of the most notorious pirates in history. His ship, the Queen Anne's Revenge, is one of the most iconic pirate ships in history. Sir Francis Drake, aka the Gentleman Pirate. Now, he is dubbed the Gentleman Pirate for his unparalleled decorum and tactical ingenuity. Hailing from the golden age of piracy, the privateers, sanctioned by Queen Elizabeth I, orchestrated bold escapades against the Spanish, etching his name as the Caribbean legend beyond the pirate tales. His awe-inspiring feature and circumnavigating the globe and pivotal contribution to vanquishing the formidable Spanish Armada, having enshrined in the annals of history of iconic sea-faring luminary. His fearless endeavours, paired with the diplomatic finesse, set him apart in an era dominated by cutthroat piracy. And now we have this lady to the right, my right anyway, Grace O'Malley or Grania Mahal. Now, an Irish pirate queen who ruled the waves during the late 16th century, and known as Grania Mahal in Gaelic, O'Malley commanded the fleet of ships and maintained several coastal fortresses along the west coast of Ireland. Her audacious exploits, from clashing with English forces to negotiating with Queen Elizabeth I, have cemented her status as one of the most famous pirates in the history and a formidable leader and shrewd diplomat. O'Malley's legacy continues to inspire the symbol of resistance and independence, making her a legendary figure among historical pirates. Now we'll have Henry Morgan or Captain Morgan. Now, the King of Pirates, his daring raids and successful career made him one of the most famous pirates of the Caribbean. Morgan's exploits, particularly his infamous sacking of Panama, earned him the reputation as a fearsome pirate and privateer. Despite his notorious reputation, Morgan ended his days as a respected planter and politician in Jamaica, making him one of the most fascinating figures among historical pirates. Now, Jean Lafitte. Now, he was a notorious pirate privateer in the Gulf of Mexico. His daring exploits and complex character made him a fascinating figure in pirate history, operating out of the port of New Orleans. Now, he was a key player in the War of 1812, even helping the United States defend New Orleans against the British. And as the most famous pirates in history, his story is testament to the blurred lines between private and patriot. Now we have Jeanne de Clisson. Now, from the 14th century, the French noblewoman to a vengeful pirate she became, haunting the English Channel. After her husband's execution by the French king, she bought 3 black-painted warships with red sails known as the Lioness of Brittany. She ruthlessly targeted French ships, sparing only a few to narrate her legend. Her journey from aristocracy to piracy epitomizes the defiant spirit of history's most iconic sea outlaws. And now we have John King. Now, he's the youngest pirate on record. Now, even though, despite his age, the King's determination to join the pirate life makes him a unique figure among historical pirates. His decision to join the crew of the pirate captain Calico Jack Rackham at the tender age of just 9 shows that the allure that the pirate lifestyle held for many. As one of the most famous or infamous pirates, should I say, King's story is a stark reminder to the harsh realities of pirate life. Now, John Rackham. Now, he was known for his flamboyant dress and his association with famous female pirates. His iconic Johnny Roger flag, a skull with crossbow swords, has made him one of the most recognisable pirates in history, and he was known as Calico Jack due to his love for calico fabrics. Rackham's career as a pirate in the Caribbean was short but impactful as one of the most infamous pirates in history, and his legacy lives on the stories of his female crew members, Anne Bonny and Mary Read. Okay, so Mary Read. Now, she defied the social norms to become one of the most famous female pirates. Her courage and skill in battle earned her a place among the most notorious pirates, disguising herself as a man. Read sailed the Caribbean Sea with Jack Rackham and Anne Bonny, participating in their piratical exploits. As a historical pirate, her story challenges traditional actions of gender and power in the golden age of piracy. Now we've got Morosi Benwowski, a Polish nobleman turned pirate. His globe-trotting exploits and audacious escaped him as a standout figure in the annals of piracy, From Siberia to Madagascar, the adventures took him across the world, earning a reputation of one of the most famous pirates in history. And despite his noble birth, he chose a life on the adventure of the high seas, making him one of the legendary pirates of his time. Here we go. Hope you're still there. Samuel Bellamy. Now, he was known as Black Sam. His democratic principles and immense wealth made him one of the histories of one of the great histories of greatest pirates, known for his generosity and his preference for diplomacy over violence. Bellamy was loved by his crew, who called him the Robin Hood of the sea, and his ship, the Whydah, was discovered in 1984, making it the first authenticated pirate shipwreck in North America. Now we've got Stade Bonnet, aka the Gentleman Pirate. Despite his lack of seafaring experience, Bonnet handed a life cut to become one of the most famous pirates in history. Born into a wealthy English family, he turned to piracy in the form of escape, proving that his allure to pirate life transcended social class, and his association with Blackbeard and his unusual path to piracy made him a unique figure among the historicals of pirates. How are you doing, Grateful? Great to see you. Thank you for coming. And we've got, the Tom Jones of pirates. Even Tom Jones made it as a pirate as well as a singer. Well, now it was a privateer active in the late 17th century. His exploits along the American coast made him a notable figure among the historical pirates. Jones was known for his audacious attacks on English ships during the 9 Years' War, earning him a reputation of one of the most infamous pirates of his time. His later career as a privateer and his role in the establishment of Jones Beach, New York, added further intrigue to his history. Now, we have William Dampier. Now, he was a pirate, explorer, and naturalist. His detailed journals provide a unique perspective on privacy and exploration during the Age of Sail. Now, Dampier's observations and writings influenced several notable figures, including Jonathan Swift and Daniel Defoe, making him one of the most famous pirates in history. Now, his legacy as a pirate and an explorer continues to inspire and inform others of the world of his age of piracy. And then we have William Kidd, Captain Kidd. He became infamous due to his trial and execution. His controversial career makes him one of the most famous pirates in history. Now, he did begin his career as a privateer, commissioned to protect the English ships at the Caribbean. However, he was later accused of turning into piracy and was executed in a highly publicised trial in London. His buried treasure to the controversy surrounding this trial have contributed to the enduring fame as one of the most history's famous pirates. Okay. So there you have it, folks. I just wanted to give you this live. I hope you found some of it informative. And just while I'm on this new platform, I always like to do it. I do like to invite people up on the stream. So I'm going to drop this in the chat. So if anyone's in there, if Team do, I know Tommy's probably not about, but if anyone would like to join me up on here and just have a quick chat, I'd also like to get your user experience as I'm using this new Talk Studio Streamlabs. This is where I miss Kid Rock as well. Okay, so I just want anyone that's still there in the chat is still watching. I'd love to know your thoughts, please. Let's see if I can get in there. Let's see who's still about. Let's see if I can get in there. Here we go. Is Co-Train still about? Oh, grateful. Let me just, there's something I need to do there. Okay, grateful, please type if you're still there. Okay. Does anyone want to jump up? I'd love to know what the user experience is on this platform for good stuff. Okay. Is there any questions? Nick, and you as well. Good stuff. So, hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, it is $17. I still want to look. Still, to be fair, I should have spent the afternoon playing around with this because I want to learn how to do recordings inside of it and then actually play the videos up like I could do on StreamYard. So, yeah, it's all good. Did I watch Rat Trap and Emerald and Pirates? No, I try and catch their lives. Go Train. The problem is that a lot of these lives, because of the time difference, if people in the US go on at like 8 o'clock at night, it's like 2 in the morning for me. And I only like catch. I must admit, I'm one of those ones. I only like catching lives when they're live. I just find it hard to go back in time and watch lives. You know, it's especially now I've got a it's very bit of a strain. And my ancestors were Irish as well. Yeah, Irish pirates. Well, that's good. As I say, we've all got a little bit of history. That's good stuff. Yeah, Co-Train. I'd love to do a live with MRE on a particular topic, historical topic, because he's especially delivery and his knowledge of history is unbelievable. He's good. Okay, folks. Well, do you know what? I'll draw a line. It's getting late for me now, anyway, and I'd like to thank you all for joining me, and I appreciate it. Donna, good to see you, Donna. Donna, do you mind jumping up? I'm asking you to jump up my live because I'm on a new streaming platform, and I know that you obviously you do lives. No, it's okay. Do you want to? I just want to test what it's like for the guests who join the link. Do you mind just even if you only pop up for a minute? Do you mind joining me up on here? I just want to. I'm using a new streaming platform. I just want to get what your experience is like as a guest. Okay, cool. Because I'm using this, and as I say, it's I don't do lives a lot, and I know you got to pay for things in this life, but I don't get the benefit out of StreamYard. I'm hoping Donna will join us shortly. Thank you, Grateful. I thought I'd just set the scene and just get the background there whilst I'm talking about pirates. I love doing videos and clips and things like that, but I didn't really give myself enough time to play around. So, excellent. How you doing, Donna?
It worked.
It did. It also as well when you pressed it there and you came up the side, it says Don an AI voice said Donna's doing it as joined. So that was it. You dropped on the screen.
Well, if you take a minute, sorry, I'm on my computer right now because my phone is not working properly. I tried to get on my phone and I couldn't find you. So for whatever that reason was, I don't know. But if you guys go to my channel, I just posted an edited video of me loading an ATV onto a trailer all by myself.
Wow.
Yeah, I bought this. It's called a hoist. It's an electric hoist, and you can hook it up to just about anything. And so I used it, and I moved this ATV around. The ATV weighs about 750 pounds. And so I
Wow.
just, yeah, it was pretty cool. Just through ingenuity and moving stuff. And I was like, and at the end of the video, I'm doing like a high five to myself or whatever, because I
Yeah.
get excited when stuff happens when I don't get hurt. I can get it done, so.
No, exactly. No, that's fair play. That's it's all about doing it, and that's
Hey.
what you did. So
Well, and the reason I posted the video is I really want women, especially, to understand that whatever, regardless of your situation, you can still figure it out. You can figure out ways to get things done. And would I have loved to have had a man in my life to do that today? Of course I would. But you know what? That's just not what was happening. So I had to get it done, and I did. And I'm going to actually be leaving for Thanksgiving. I'm going back to my house in Arkansas. So I'm going to haul it across the country and head over there. But I need you to tell me about this
yeah,
platform. What are we on here?
we're right. It's called Talk Studio. You've got Streamlabs, and they've got different flavors of for gamers and things like that. The Talk Studio is built for this. It's for like what we're doing now, like podcast guests on, just preaching to a screen. But I looked at it because I just wanted to. I don't do lives that often. I wanted to start doing them more.
Okay.
And then when I had this gap, is that with the StreamYard, it was great for the free version. You had to put up with the logo and things like that, but I didn't. The quota was all right for me, and then they stopped you being able to play videos within it in the free version.
Yeah.
And I kind of like to do that. I like to do the intros, and I was like, do you know what? I'm not signing up for 35 quid a month or whatever it works out when I'm probably doing a live once a month, if that.
There you go. See, and
But
that's the thing. It does here. I have my loves and hate relationship with StreamYard. I like the fact that I can do a live show and I can get my clips generated by StreamYard. But that's one benefit of it. I really honestly, oh, by the way, Co-Train was asking about the limit on, are you asking about the limit on the hoist itself, or are you asking about the limit on the trailer? Because the trailer is a 1050 as far as weight goes, what it can carry. And the hoist, I believe, is 3,000 pounds, actually. It's a big enough that I could pull an engine with it if I needed to. But anyway, I I'm kind of like you right now. I'm sort of looking for an alternative to StreamYard because I'm not thrilled about the fact that it's 44 bucks a month. And although I do use it, I don't use it, I don't think, to the same a level that maybe Tommy does, And
yeah, I
so
mean, also as well, I don't think you and Tommy's got his own little video that he plays.
yeah.
But you don't really do clips that much, so which makes it probably even more sort of frustrating is because you're paying for it and you don't actually use it to anywhere its capacity, whereas you
I
want a platform
I think
that's a
that if
lot more straightforward.
Yeah, I think that if somebody is, and I don't know about this platform, what it's capable of doing, because, like, for example, I can see I can see everybody on the chat. Like, I can see Sweet Tea. Hey, Karen. I can see CG2. Grateful is there. Co-Train is there. Let me scroll back here. Deb. Hey, Deb. Good to see you, girl. I can go back and I can see the chat, but I cannot comment. Only you can. So that's kind of
Oh,
interesting. Now, I suppose that if I could get it live on my phone, but I couldn't find you for some reason. Your channel name
hello, sweet tea.
is James Simpson, but there's a bunch of James Simpsons. Oh, I found it. Hold on. Let me turn my volume down on my phone. Hold on. All right, so now I can see your chat on my phone. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
So I suppose I could,
And
let me
also
see
as
if I can,
well,
I'll just type something really quickly in here. I'll just type a hello.
yeah,
Uh,
gotcha. I've seen it.
okay. Interesting that, you know what I mean? It's kind of cool, actually. I really like it. Can you post a link to this or whatever this streaming service is? Can you post it in the chat?
Yeah, I'll do that now. I'll put that in the chat just now.
Sweet Tea
And
thinks that you blocked
you
her.
know,
She was like, I was here earlier, but I couldn't comment. And I thought James blocked me.
no, I'll tell you what it was. I had a bit of a mess up because I initially scheduled a live for this, and then when I went back and logged on, this is like 3 hours later, it wasn't in my schedule, which was a bit concerning. So I had to then redo it. So I've got like two pirates. One's obviously didn't get activated, and I've got this new one that I'm going
Okay.
through. So I just wanted to do something different. And now because I'll probably do lives a bit more often, but I don't feel like I'm having to like paying a little bit more, which means that I have to go live more that often, and I can't do it. I just can't.
Well, and the
It's
funny
not
funny
what.
thing about this was it was so easy for me to get on. It was like click, click, type your name, and that was it. So,
Well,
you know,
that's
your
what I
guests
wanted to
can get
find
on
out from the
your
user
guests.
experience.
Yeah,
And what
yeah,
like
you
you'll
guys.
get on StreamYard, you get a little beep when someone's wanting to come on. That actually, I had a woman's AI voice said, Donna's doing it, is joining and I knew you were there. And now sometimes you can miss that little
Yeah,
beep
right.
that StreamYard does. So that's good.
Well, just so you know, guys, I'm all sweaty and dirty here because I've been working outside all day and I literally just made a cheeseburger and fries and I just finished eating and I popped up my phone and it popped up on my phone that you were live and I'm like, James Simpson is live? Wait a minute. I got to go see what this is
Yeah,
about.
that's a rarity.
Yeah, so this is awesome.
Yeah, because I just hear and I like to do the occasional live. I do my shorts. I put Shelby on there, but I'm all happy to be a participator in the chat or pop up on someone's panel rather
Sure.
than finding it because it's just quite draining for me. So
Well, when are you going to come
the
back on my
people,
channel? You have to come back on my show because you haven't done it. No, you were what? You were the second or third guest I think I ever had when I very first started. And so I have this very deep love affection for you because you were so gracious to me and when I was a newbie and I didn't know what I was doing, right?
yeah, no, of course. I was just happy to come up there and just tell my story. Yep, co-train, no problem at all. I'll just tell people just to close the YouTube app if they're. Yeah, I was just. It was kind. I'd done it over at Jimenez, and you said we'll have a chat, and I just did. It was great. I enjoyed it. Moved on. Obviously, things have moved on a bit different now. I still struggling to get on top of things. Tomorrow is
Yeah.
going to be a flat cleaning day, but yeah, I didn't get the things done, and obviously she's just being an animal, messing the place up. But
She's
it
being a
is what
bird.
it is, Yeah,
You
basically.
mean you're treating her right and you're not forcing her to stay in that cage all day? Oh my gosh.
No, to be fair, I have her out. I mean, she sits on the door, she destroys my furniture, but what when she's no trouble really when I'm here. The only thing
Right.
is that obviously if I'm out for long periods of time, I would want her to be caged just in case she has an accident or gets caught up in something. Then I'm not there to do anything about it. But
Sure.
I
Sure.
mean,
You're like
I'm
me.
not
I don't.
bothered about her destroying stuff because she does it in front of my face anyway if she wants to break something.
You know what? I have to tell you something. Animals, anybody who mistreats an animal because they're doing what they normally do doesn't have a brain and shouldn't have in the first place.
Exactly.
Because, I mean, I could get mad at my dog when I come home because she chewed something up, but that's because I left it out. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah, of
read this
course,
one
and
someplace.
it's going to happen. You might have a
Yeah.
bad day, you might be stressed, and they'll do something at the wrong time, which just doesn't help. But
Well,
nevertheless, they are an animal.
this is the thing, especially like with my dog, and I know this is with anybody's dog. I go out to the mailbox and I come back and they think I've been gone for 2.5 hours. It's like a party at the house. But I think that
Yeah,
you have to remember, not you personally, but I'm just saying in general, people have to remember that Your pet is like a baby. This is like an adolescent child that I have in the house all the time. And
Permanent, and they're a permanent baby.
yeah, and they're not gonna have a conversation with you. They're not an intellectual. They're an animal. They're a dog or they're a bird or whatever it
Exactly.
is. And they're that unconditional love that we've always wanted as children and adults. And so I just think that people, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Keep it in perspective. If you are expecting a perfect behaved dog, don't have one. You know what I mean? Just don't have one.
Yeah, of course.
Co-Trade says, I
Exactly.
don't have any animals, just kids. Same thing, Co-Trade, same thing. Except kids talk back, right? And then they get an opinion. Ooh, look, watch out. Let's not get on that subject because that's a whole nother ball of wax,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, then you've
Oh,
got when,
Deb says she
when they
rescued,
leave the nest and you worry
right,
what they're up to.
right. So Deb, that's super awesome. Hey, there's this guy. Sino shared a link with me this morning of a guy who does a dog rescue, and I think it's in New York. I want to say like upstate New York, maybe. I'm not sure, but he's like ex-prison dude, but he does what is it? Pit bulls and addicts or something like that. It's a rescue, and you should see this guy.
Yeah,
He's like this big, tattooed, muscular, badass, whatever. And he is like a little baby with these dogs. It is so amazing. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
He rescued the most recent one was a dog that looked like Petey from what was that black and white kids show? Oh my gosh, I can't think of the name of it right now with the dog Petey with the one black eye. The dog was white and had a black eye.
Right.
But anyway, he rescued this thing skin and bones, and it's just amazing to watch men and guys who come from these rough backgrounds, just the kindness and the gentleness that's inside of them. It's just amazing to watch. If I can find the link, I'll share it with you guys. I'll post it on my channel. But
Well, I don't know if you know, probably Deborah Roberts, she comes in the chat. She's in the chat now.
yeah,
I know she does animal rescue.
yeah, I
So
saw that. Yeah, Little Rascals. Thank you guys. That's exactly what it was. The show was Little Rascals. But I don't think, in fact, Deb, do you have a channel? Because I don't have a link to it, I don't think. Co-Trade says, I'm not against them being a single parent and being involved with so many different things. I just don't have the time. You know what? And I have to tell you something. Yeah, Deb, go for it. If you post it, girl, I will post it on my channel. I'll make a post about your rescue. Absolutely. You know what it is? I kind of sometimes feel guilty because I have my dog, but I go to work, sometimes 6:45, 7 o'clock in the morning, and I don't get home until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm gone all day.
yeah,
And with that, I always felt like, God, am I doing her a disservice? But I'm telling you, the time that I am with her, I play ball with her. We roll around on the floor together,
yeah,
and I try to make those things. That's okay, sweetie. Just share your link if you want me to make a post. Anything that I can do to help out anyone who's in a rescue business, I want to do because I just feel like that's something. Those rescues are not multimillionaires. These are people that are struggling just to feed these animals and get things done. And I
yeah.
think that they need to be supported. So anything I can do to help, just let me know. Yeah, they are commitment grateful. Absolutely. Absolutely. So are kids.
Good stuff. No, it's been
All
good.
right, my friend,
Thanks for
I gotta
saying
run. I've got to get going because I literally need to go take a shower and I want to lay down and rest for a little bit. I'm so tired from
that.
working on that trailer all day and that ATV. But if you guys get a chance, go hop over. I have a quick post. I actually did it. I was able to take CapCut and fast forward the video. It was 13 minutes down to 3. So I
Yeah.
reposted it and I want you guys to take a look, watch it, and you'll see my happiness at the end that I got it done and I didn't get hurt. You know what I mean? That's the main thing. So thanks for having me on, James. I really
No
love
worries.
it.
Thank you for coming. It's appreciated. Thank you for coming up, and thank you to everyone in the chat and viewing. I want to say thank you all. Have a great evening. Enjoy your day. Thank you.
All right. See ya.
Bye.